Good morning. It's Thursday, January 30th. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell. I serve as the Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager here at HCC. Pleased to be joined by my co-host today, Miss Linda Davis, who serves as the Office Manager for College Operations at HCC Northeast. Good morning, Linda.
Top of the Thursday to you, Miss Sade.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, January said, we gone, girl.
We are out of here.
Just zoom right past that. So we're wrapping out this end of the month, and we have a good show in store for those that don't know how to find Up to the Minute or need to know how to tell somebody else how to find it. Share with them how they can do it.
We're live on Houston Community College's district Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10, Monday through Friday.
All right, thank you so much for that. Well, today for a special student success story, we're joined by a senior citizen who proudly joined her fellow graduates last month or this last graduation to walk across the stage. Want to welcome to the show Rebecca Molnar, who is a recent HCC Southeast alum with an accounting degree. Good morning, Rebecca. Rebecca, if you could unmute for us so we can hear your greeting.
Good morning. How are you?
So happy to have you. I was at that commencement ceremony where it was a lot of buzz about you graduating. The Southeast president is just really proud that you are coming from her campus. So you and Linda are going to have a good conversation in just a second. But first, HCC is celebrating the arts of Asia with another fashion fusion with its partner Museum of Fine Arts. Here to join us to talk about it is Andrea, who is the chair of Consumer Arts and Science Center of Excellence. Welcome back to the show, Andrea.
Good morning. Good to see you, Sade and Linda.
Yes.
And Rebecca.
And we're looking forward to hearing all about the talented designers from all over the district who will be showcasing their creations inspired by Asian influences, which seems quite timely since we just kicked off the Lunar New Year.
Absolutely. Yeah, tonight we have Fashion Fusion 9. Arts of Asia. As you mentioned, I didn't even think about how it coincided with the Lunar New Year. We didn't plan that, but I like that coincides with that. But it's going to be tonight at the Museum of Fine Arts in Cullinan Hall, which is in the Law Building. So admission is free if anyone is interested in coming.
And let's talk about the partnership. This has been a long-standing partnership, and this is the thing that really makes HCC special, right? When we try to explain to our students, you get real-world experience, you get prepared for the workforce. This is the evidence, right? Like these are the receipts. When you hear about these opportunities in our industry partners, like the Museum of Fine Arts. So how did that partnership come about?
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. A lot of people in Houston have never been to a New York Fashion Week fashion show. If you come to tonight's show, you're going to get that New York Fashion Week experience. So we're excited that we, back in 2015, we got a call from the Museum of Fine Arts, and they were looking for some kind of way to showcase one of the exhibitions that they had, and someone thought about a fashion show that kind of coincided with one of the exhibitions. So they reached out to us, and that's kind of where the partnership was formed. After us having the show for about 4 or 5 years, we then entered into a memorandum of understanding with the Museum of Fine Arts to kind of do some additional programming and other types of things with them. So that whole partnership has just flourished for us, and we're excited about tonight and all the other things that we do with the museum.
Does the history of the Fashion Fusion program precede the partnership with the Museum of Fine Arts?
No, we didn't do Fashion Fusion before. We have our yearly collection show that the students have every spring. Our seniors, as we like to call them, they have their show. And in the fall, we'll have a show, and we do different competitions and things around the country. But Fashion Fusion really started with the Museum of Fine Arts.
Love to hear that. I mean, and I'm glad you likened it to New York fashion, because when I see the pictures, oh, it's a moment.
Yeah,
It looks like a movie.
yeah, it
Um,
is.
so for the students that are participating in this, in addition to getting this industry experience, this outside the classroom learning experience, is my understanding that they win scholarships and maybe some additional opportunities after that.
Absolutely, they do. There are some scholarship opportunities. Anything that we do, if it's a competition, we always try to tie scholarship into that. So yes, they win scholarship opportunities. They also win a prize with the museum where they can go and take additional classes there at the museum. So really good incentive for them to enter the show. And outside of that, as you mentioned, just the experience altogether. I always say that's the prize. Even if you don't win a prize, it's just, being, if you go there, their picture is on the big screen, they're there and they get a lot of exposure. They get to rub, meet a lot of people behind the scenes. So we're really excited about all that they get out of the show.
You all are really gaining that momentum back since COVID, and the show had to make some adjustments. So what can people expect?
Well, yeah, you mentioned COVID. Obviously everything was virtual. So people were like, how do we do a virtual fashion show? Professor Vihua, who is our competition coordinator for this, actually saw video of some gowns and people were in masks and she kind of had an idea. So since we couldn't do in-person show, we kind of pivoted to online. And it was the first time that the designers, I always say COVID was not great, but there were a lot of good things that came out of it. So the designers were kind of able to also design a mask to go along with their gown. And that kind of, helped to shield the models and keep everyone safe during that time. So we were really excited to be able to pivot. And I think that show had a larger reach because more people were able to access it. So we were excited about that.
All right. And I'm sure we're going to see some of the hottest fashion trends showing up with the Asian theme. I had a little inspiration this moment because I know this year's color is mocha mousse and I'm an earth tone girly. So I had my earth tones on today. The pants are brown, but what other fashion trends can we see and expect from the show? What's happening this year?
Well, not really so much fashion trends because this is not surrounding trends, but this particular show is about Asian art. So, and I'll tell you a little thing about fashion and fashion shows. We never tell people what to expect ahead of time. We always want that there a little bit of an element of surprise. So we look forward to hopefully again you coming out to the free show tonight, and if you can't, you can see some photos afterwards. So I'm going to keep a little element of surprise there for you.
Okay. All right. Just tease us, why don't you? So you talked about Asian influence, but Asia is a huge continent. So is there any specific focus, or are you all really going across the entire diaspora?
The entire diaspora. Students were able to take several trips to the museum and they were able to select whichever piece of art, artifact, print, any of that they wanted to design their garment surrounding. So yeah, so you're gonna see the gamut of influence tonight.
Love to hear it. And the main influence that is happening day to day in our classroom, it starts with our faculty. So and we should talk about the hard work that they are doing. You talked about the competition coordinator, but what other faculty are involved?
Well, all faculty, and I always give a shout out to any design that you see tonight. All of our fashion faculty are have had some hand in it, whether it's a professor that teaches draping or couture dressmaking. We have all of those classes, but all of our full-time and adjunct faculty have had a hand in what you'll see tonight. Even our merchandising faculty who do the business side, you see the garments and the models that come out, but behind the scenes, it's those people who kind of prepare the models and get the show ready for you.
All right. Well, for those that may have hopped in the middle of this interview, or for those that forgot, just that quick, remind us of the details of the event happening tonight.
Yes, it's Fashion Fusion 9. It's Arts of Asia. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. at Cullinan Hall at the Museum of Fine Arts, which is in the Law Building. And of course, again, admission is free. We've got some great celebrity judges, and it's just going to be a wonderful night.
All right. You all heard it directly from Up to the Minute. We want to thank Andrea Bonner for joining us today. She is the chair of HCC's Consumer Arts and Science Center of Excellence here at Houston Community College. We will have details posted about the program and the event happening tonight, posted after the show. Thanks so much for joining us, Andrea.
Thank you, Sade. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you tonight.
All right. And after a commercial break, Linda will talk to our student, who is our student success story feature today.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Well, welcome back, everyone. We're moving on to Rebecca Molnar, a recent HCC Southeast alum with an accounting degree. Welcome back to the show, Rebecca.
Thank you. I am glad to be here.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret, Rebecca. We may have a little more in common than you know. I too am a seasoned HCC alum with the hopes of inspiring my now sophomore college student son into college. But enough about me. Tell us about your journey and what led you to HCC at this stage in your life. And would you like to share your age?
My age is 77 years old. And the reason that I came up was because I wanted to raise my children, my family, take care of my family as best as I could. But time didn't allow that until I was in my 70s. So, and then I just started, and my children encouraged me to keep on going.
Well, that is so beautiful. And I hear you have some sons who were pushing you.
Yes, I have two of them, three of them actually. I have three sons, but one's in Canada and the other two are here. So they were really encouraging me.
Well, you know, boys are mothers' hearts.
Yes.
I understand that before you arrived here, however, you also suffered some setbacks along the way with some family members or serious diagnosis. Can you share that with us?
Yes, for one, my husband died back in 90s, and then right after that, one of my older sisters came down with diagnosis of cancer, stage 4 cancer, and then after, we went and supported her emotionally and everything that we could, and then I came down with breast cancer.
Wow.
And so, we took care of that, and I kept going forward. And just when I was almost strong enough to get out and complete my job and do all that, my other sister came down with breast cancer, and hers was stage 2, and I helped her through that. And right before she was strong enough, the diagnosis of stage 4 came to her, and she died from that. But I kept on going because challenges are going to come and go. But I kept on going, believing that I would get my degree.
Well, that's perseverance. And thank you for sharing that with us. We're so glad you're okay and that you made it.
Yes, 12 years ago.
Wow. So what did you study at HCC and what did you receive your degree in?
I did all the requirements to obtain my accounting associate's degree. And I walked the stage December 13th, and I was so happy, so elated. I wanted to jump and dance and cry and scream because it was a big accomplishment on my own, and because I had difficulty through a stroke that I had when my sister passed away.
Well, I tell you, it's something about that moment when they call your name and you get to walk up on that stage. It's like something that you could never imagine because all of your hard work and all of your dedication and all of the perseverance, it all comes together at that moment. And it's just a moment of such reward.
Yes, yes,
And
it is.
I think about mine and I get happy, and I'm so glad that you're still happy. You'll be happy years to come.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I also heard that there's some big plans in the works.
Yes, I want to continue on to get my Ph.D. and get more wisdom to help business owners. As I was a business owner earlier in my early days. And so I know what it is to be a business owner and the challenges that come with it. So, yes.
All right, Dr. Molnar, we pulling for you. Now, I have a quick question for you. Your degree is in accounting.
Yes.
I just want to know, were you always good with numbers?
Yes, really, I when I was in school, I didn't like math. But then when I started working, that's all I worked with. It was numbers. But they wouldn't give me a raise because I didn't have a degree. I said, well, that's easily accomplished. So I started my college.
Well, I know that the workplace can be somewhat cruel when you don't have those papers. So keep going. We encourage you to keep going and getting more into the accounting field. I want you to tell us, what would you have for advice for maybe our younger as well as our seasoned students?
Don't let challenges discourage you. Just keep on going forward. Get to know your professors, get to know your advisors, lean on them, and they will help you through whatever challenges you go through. It's not easy, but keep on going.
That's great advice. Now, I remember when I was a student, I was a little apprehensive being a seasoned person because I thought I haven't been in a classroom in years. And these youngsters are going to run circles around me. How am I going to keep up? But what I found once I was in the classroom with mixed ages, of course, I became the mother hen. And I was the one who was always checking, did you do your assignment? We got this too. Have you did this? Have you did that? Were you the mother hen?
Kind of, not all the way through because I was trying to learn it myself, but I was.
Well, I tell you.
And ask me questions.
I tell you, there was also a senior seasoned couple in my group. It was Mr. and Mrs. Williams, and they were grandparents, and they were going back to school together, and they were there to encourage their grandkids. And it was so rewarding to see them as they went through the journey together and completing their success. We have a lot to offer everyone at every age at HCC. Whatever your pathway is, we got it. And we look forward to sharing it. So what would you tell a seasoned person who may say, that's beyond me. I'm a little too old for that?
Well, I've had some to say that, but I said, age is just a number. And if you desire to be whatever you want to be, go for it. The opportunities will be open to you.
Where there is a will, There is
There's a way. That's right. That's right.
And we're never too old to learn.
Never, never.
Every day we wake up, we're learning something new anyway. So might as well put it to good use.
Yes, that's what I say. I had time, so I said I might as well rattle my brain.
That's right. Keep that brain active, keep that body active, and you're never, never going to get old.
That's right.
Well, we want to thank you, Rebecca Molnar, recent HCC Southeast alum with accounting degree. We'll have your information in the post after the show. But coming up after a quick commercial break, Sade and I will return with some news and announcements. Don't go anywhere.
All right. Thank you.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
All right, welcome back. We're going to wrap this out like we always do on Up to the Minute with news and announcements. But I got to chat with you a little bit, Linda, because that was such a good interview. And one thing I wanted to make sure that the people heard was the opportunity that the state of Texas offers our seasoned or senior citizens to continue their education. So at 55, you get half off, and is it 60? I don't want to lie, but I know at 55 you get half off, and at a certain age you will get full tuition off for a certain amount of credit hours. So it is worth it. If you're thinking it is too late, there's an incentive to come back.
Absolutely. And I will say that I'll be forever grateful to HCC for changing the trajectory of my life and that of my family.
Yes. And, so she was on Up to the Minute today. There was a shout out to her at commencement, at the last commencement, and she was just recognized at the board meeting yesterday. So we definitely want the community to know that you can earn a credential of value here at HCC, regardless of the age, just like you all were talking about.
Absolutely. Anytime is never too late.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to kick off our first announcement, which is Coffee and Conversation with our strategy planning and institutional effectiveness team. This is for our HCC internal folks. It is inviting all faculty and staff to attend its upcoming tours to build a culture of exceptional support. It'll be happening one is happening today, right now, probably wrapping up 9 to 10 a.m. Thursday, January 30th at our West Loop campus, but they have a full tour schedule. So check the post details after the show.
Vocal Master Class at Central. HCC music students can unlock their vocal potential and elevate their stage presence with an exclusive recital and master class led by Dr. Gwendolyn Alfred of Texas Christian University. Her dynamic approach to teaching blends technical mastery and expressive artistry, perfect for musicians of all backgrounds. It'll be from 11:30 to 3:30 on Friday, February the 7th at HCC Central Fine Arts Center. Check out the post after the show.
All right. Well, for those, one of the main questions I get when people find out that I work for HCC is, how can I become a faculty member or instructor? I'm really trying to get on at HCC. I got the info for you. It's the career fair. Our faculty, our adjunct career fair for our faculty, HCC will host its faculty career fair for skilled educators to learn about programs and discuss potential roles. HCC encourages all candidates to attend and discover how they can start making an impact on students' life. It'll be happening 9 a.m. to noon, February 15th. That's on a Saturday, so you can make room for it. And it'll be happening at our HCC West Loop campus. Free parking is available, and details will be posted after the show.
Eagle Promise. Some can earn their degrees for free. Eligible high school students are encouraged to apply to the Eagle Promise program. If federal and state grants and scholarships don't cover costs of your degree or certificate, the Eagle Promise scholarship dollars will pay for tuition, fees, and books allowances up to $500 each semester. Check out the post for more information for registration after the show.
All right, so calling all students who have a work-study award, it is not too late to secure a work-study job. There are opportunities to work part-time on campus or off campus for $15 an hour for 19 and a half hours a week. And these are for our students that are on our federal financial aid. Unfortunately, our international students do not qualify for this type of part-time employment on campus. So check the details posted after the show so you can learn how to secure an opportunity.
Spring registration continues. Second Start begins in February. Registration for Spring Second Start class is going on right now, with classes being offered in a variety of programs and of various semester lengths. HCC courses are also offered in a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, both face-to-face and partially virtual, in-person, and hybrid labs. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover these costs, visit us at hccs.edu/apply.
All right, well, coming up tomorrow, up to the minute, will continue its presidential welcome of students for the spring semester with our HCC presidents, and we'll have Dr. Latricia Harrison of HCC Coleman College joining us. And as our 5-year anniversary celebration continues at Up to the Minute, we'll welcome back one of our original co-hosts, Brittany Pacheco and Frank Cooper. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.